Welcome back to another episode of Where Bluebirds Walk. Thank you very much for joining us. We've been here for a year now. If you're just discovering the channel, welcome along. My name is Mark. I am a complete neutral that enjoys the EFL. And we've got, of course, Mr. Cardiff Twitter himself, Jamie Anderson. How are you doing, Jamie?
Good, thanks, Mark. How are you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, not bad. We're here to talk about what's going on in the land of Cardiff social media and to put some ideas and tweets that we're seeing to Jamie to get his view. And we're delighted to have you along with us this particular week. Jamie, you're fresh back from Port Vale, and we'll get into the game in a second, but it was obviously the first away trip to League One. How was the experience? I mean, Burslem's not the nicest place to go to on a Thursday night, and it's a heck of a journey, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's old school as such, isn't it? It's a walk up the hill from the coaches where they park. Yeah, I mean, I like those sort of grounds, old school. There's a bit of personality about it. I think their fans are very, very passionate, and it's great. It adds to the occasion live on the Sky cameras. It was a good evening in terms of atmosphere and just general feeling. I think it was good. We took 2,190, I think it was.
Yeah, huge.
Which was good. Yeah, I mean, it was an old school away and very rustic, very old school feeling. But yeah, welcome to League One, Mark.
We're going to get into some of the bits coming up in the game in a minute, but lots of people have commented, Jamie, that it was a bit of an eye opener in terms of this is what League One is going to be about, and maybe our aspirations for the season just need realigning. Did you walk away from the ground with that perception as well, that this isn't going to be perhaps as straightforward as many other fans thought?
Yeah, I think during the game, naturally you get frustrated. Probably was the word I would say when things aren't going your way, and the general fluency that we played with against Peterborough the prior week. We didn't show any of that really against Port Vale. I'll give credit to Port Vale for that. I think they played to their strengths. They were physical, everything that you would probably say the lower league, would epitomise. We just didn't get going, and I think Brian Barry Murphy alluded to that in his interview, and he gave credit to Port Vale and also said we were probably lucky to get out with a point. But after I calmed down a little bit as such, or after the emotions of frustration, it's 4 from 6 in the opening 2 games, only 1 goal conceded. I don't think it's bad, but again, I do think we do need some recruits in soon, because I think there are some areas that need let's say strengthening.
Yeah. We're going to get on to Willock in a minute, because he was the player which, unfortunately, seems to be getting the ire of the fans. But just on the signing, is it? It's frustrating for me as a neutral to watch how your club is run. Obviously, there's lots in the press at the moment of what's going to Sheffield Wednesday and obviously Morecambe. Is there a sense around Cardiff that potentially you might be next?
I don't think it's that extreme. Again, I think there is a case of unforgiving with regards to all the history of what Vincent Tan has done to the club and probably continues to do to the club. We're crying out for a footballing structure. We've been crying out for it for many years, and we've been told that we are getting one, and we're having new roles created as such, or people in right roles at the club. But it's all good saying that. The proof is in the pudding, isn't it? And yeah, I mean, again, he is very Marmite. I think he sends money into the club, which he does, and maybe the other people, which is frustrating. But we need players in, Mark. We really do. Because, like I said, League One is a long old season, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is. All right, then let's grab into the Willock debate. Then I'll just read some tweets out here. Brana on Twitter says Willock was shocking, never looked like scoring. Sub should have made at half time. How did Willock stay on that pitch for 90 minutes? Says Adam Jenkins. Send Willock back to the under-21s, please. Right. Where do you sit on this? Is the criticism unjust? I mean, we're only 2 games in.
Willock's, I think, in his Cardiff tenure so far has flattered to deceive, if that makes sense. I think he's shown moments where you think, oh, Willock's back when the game's open. both our wingers were poor the other night. Both our wingers were poor. Ollie Tanner has put an Instagram post out to say that he admitted and acknowledged that he didn't have the best of games. I think it's never nice to see a player come past the away end and almost have their head in their hands as such and almost go. It's an uncomfortable feeling, isn't it? Um, but I think fans want the best for clubs. The players probably want the best. But when you're not doing the basics well enough, you are going to come under scrutiny. And is the crossing, the taking of the man, sort of going past your man. It didn't work out. And again, wingers are probably the most confident players, just like strikers. When they're confident, things come off. When they're not confident, things tend to never work properly. But yeah, he is again like Marmite is. There's probably talent there. We've seen that in his QPR days. We haven't seen it enough for Cardiff consistently, and I think that's why uh, fans are probably saying, "Well, we need more," especially from him, but from everybody.
Yeah. What about goal scorers, Jamie? I mean, it's been proven time and time again, as I know Birmingham spent money last year, but if you've got a goal scorer that's going to get you 18, 20 goals a season, that is your route out
Yeah.
of this division. Any closer, do you think, of first of all finding it, and why not?
It's a hard one, isn't it? Because I think Salah is the main guy. However, I'll give credit to Port Vale centre half. He was very, very physical. He didn't give him much room. He didn't give him respect. So Salah looked like a frustrated figure up front because he didn't have the service. Whether that's because maybe we are still missing, let's say, players that we feel we need, i.e., another winger, maybe a creative midfielder, someone like that. That could possibly be it. But also, is it because it's only 2 games in and we've got a brand new manager who's implementing a fresh approach? That could be another thing. Rome wasn't built in the day. I'm not going to stand here and say that we need a massive exodus of players and things like that. I just think we probably need 3 or 4 players that the manager has a say in. That's the key thing for me. There's no point signing a player because, oh, he's good on paper. He needs to fit into the way that Brian Barry Murphy wishes to play. And then hopefully other players then can sort of play with them and we'll see this sort of attractive brand of front foot football that Barry Murphy has said he wishes to play.
Okay. Well, we've still got 2 weeks left, so fingers crossed something happens. Of course, join us next week when we look back at the League Cup. I mean, just where I mean, I'm going to guess, Jamie, without putting words in your mouth, you could care 2 hoots about the result of the League Cup this week.
No, I mean, again, last year we had a few wins and it was nice because we kind of in the championship there we were able to include a few younger players. Now we're in League One. We've got a few of the younger players that would normally use the cup games as games actually playing in the first team and playing in the league. I think it's a precarious position to be in because obviously with the rulings of if you play them in a competitive game, it may hinder loan sort of deals with them going out and being recalled, etc. I wouldn't mind seeing us go out if I'm honest, because it's a long season. But there's a right way of going about it, isn't there? Give your all, try your best. If you go out to the better team in Swindon, who will be up for it, they're bringing probably 2,000 plus fans. Credit to them.
Yeah.
Then that'll be fantastic. We can say the better team won. But listen, winning breeds confidence, I suppose, isn't it? So if we do go through, then crack on. We'll see who we get in the next round. But if we don't, then I think it's straight back to the league on Saturday for the game against Rotherham.
Yeah. And finally, are you getting a sense that Cardiff are the team to be shot at by all of the teams? I mean, my mates are Port Vale fans have said, and all of them were, see this as a huge scalp, and were buzzing for this game, and saw this as the first fixture they were looking for. Really, when the fixtures were released, are you getting a sense of that you are, there to be shot at?
Yeah. I think again, it's like in any league, isn't it? The side that comes down from the league above becomes a big boy, a big fish in the pond, so to say. And I think we are. That old classic. Oh, everyone's cup final. The same could be said about Luton. The same could be said about other teams. But again, football is 90 plus minutes, and it doesn't matter if you're the best team in the league or on paper or not, or the biggest fan base. You have to beat what's in front of you, and you have to play what's in front of you. Credit to Port Vale, they really got at us. Darren Moore implemented a system, I thought, which was almost like man for man. They got stuck in, and it made it hard for us. And again, we were probably lucky to get out of Port Vale with a point. And again, 4 points from 6 is not the worst of starts, is it? Again, it's a new league. It's going to take some getting used to, regardless whether you've just been relegated or not. And also, we've got youngsters that we're now implementing in the match day squad, like Ronan Capaccio, just to mention one. We had 7, I think it was, in the match day squad against Peterborough first game as well. So it's a big rebuild for us. But again, sides will see it as a big club with 2,200 fans that went to Vale Park on Tuesday night. It's a big scalp for teams if they can get at us. And yeah, I agree with that, mate.
Okay. Right. Well, stay with us and Jamie as we go through all the other 44 games that remain of this season. Join us weekly. Do drop us a like and subscribe. We know there's tons of other Cardiff content out there. This is the shortest format you will find on the internet in relation to Cardiff reviews. Thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy your trips this week, Jamie. We'll catch you in 7 days. Have a good one, fella.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.